Welcome to Minute Mirror Exclusive. This is Zain. Today we will be interviewing a very popular female police officer in Pakistan. Today we will be interviewing a female police officer who has been making news headlines around the world. She is famous for saving a woman's life who was falsely accused of hurting religious sentiments. The case of a woman wearing Arabic calligraphy on her clothing at Itra Bazaar, Lahore. Thank you so much, ma'am ASP Shehrbano Naqvi, for being on our show.
Thank you so much for having me.
I want to get to the first question. When you first became aware of the situation, what was going in your head, and what did you plan to do? What was your strategy?
Basically, we got to know the situation through the control. Control is the device, the wireless device. So there was this call at 1:05 that around 1:30 that a woman has been surrounded by a mob in Pakistani Chowk. It falls in the jurisdiction of Itra, a very thriving commercial hub of Lahore. So the first thing was that, there's a religious offense call. Because as far as the calls of religious offenses go, and as far as the calls of roadblocks go, and as far as the calls of a politically charged crowd go, they're taken very seriously. So we tried reaching in time, and we reached in time. At that particular point in time, you're not primarily thinking about a particular strategy that you're going to follow through and through to ensure that the crowd is dealt with. The only thing that you're thinking about is the person who's been accused, where would she or he be? In which state you would be finding that person? How many people would be surrounding that person? The basic facts and figures of what might the situation entail. And that was the only thing that we were thinking about. We were thinking about saving her life, nothing more, nothing less.
When you reached there and you've seen a 200, 100, 200, 300 people of a mob, what was your strategy to get that person out alive?
We immediately started screaming. The first thing to do is that when you're surrounded by a mob, the first thing that they think that they can get away with is because they're more in number, so that they can actually pressurize you and stuff, right? So the first thing that we started doing was that you cannot hold the law in your hands. You will not be looking at the situation where a woman is being harassed as a bystander. Am I allowed to talk in Urdu?
Yeah,
okay. So आपको किसी ने इख्तियार ये नहीं दिया कि आप दीन को अपने हाथ में ले लें. हम लोग कर रहे हैं, हमें करने दें. ये तमाशबीनी नहीं है, तमाशबीनी खत्म करें. रास्ता दें, हमने वहां तक पहुंचना है. इस तरह कहते कहते हम लोग पहुंचे हैं जिधर उस खातून को रखा गया था. उसके बाद whatever ensued.
When you reached at the scene, आपको कब तक पता चल गया था कि she actually hurt religious sentiments or she didn't? And did she?
देखिए, जब आप सीन के ऊपर पहुंच जाते हैं, आपको कोई सिचुएशन गलत नजर भी आ रही होती है ना. I'll give you an example. If you're at a murder scene, आपने किसी का मर्डर होते हुए देख लिया, आपको डेड बॉडी आपके सामने पड़ी, आपको पता चल गया कि उसके बेटे ने या माँ ने मारा है. आप उस टाइम नहीं बोलेंगे कि बेटे और ना माँ ने मारा है. There are certain practical realities that need to be taken into account. I don't understand why the questions most of the questions are so far away from reality. There are certain things that you cannot say out loud, and this should not have been said out loud. And second thing is that I, as a police officer, am not in a position to perceive anything. Being for those who've been part of bureaucracy, or for those who've read bureaucratic rules, or for those who know what the bureaucracy in true sense of the word means, it basically stands for impartiality, absolute indifference, and doing the job on merit, right? And following a chain of command.
Yes.
I did not go to the situation to perceive the situation. I went to the situation because there was a call of religious offense and a woman needed to be saved, and we saved her. And that was our duty. I was not going in there as an art critic who would be analyzing whether the calligraphy was right or wrong. I was going in there as a police officer to save the life of a woman, and I would have went to any extent to save the life of the woman. And that's about it. So there were no perceptions, nothing. The idea was to save the life of the woman, and that is it.
What lessons can we learn from this incident after it's been
There
done?
are multiple lessons for multiple people, actually. There are lessons for men, there are lessons for women, there are lessons for the religious community, there are lessons for the society in general, there are lessons which question our collective consciousness, there are lessons for the constabulary, there are lessons for everybody in it. So a lot of issues culminated together in this particular case. A lot of issues culminated together and this incident took place. So it has multifarious aspects attached to it. Yes, a lot can be learned from it.
Reports are coming out that there was an FIR registered. Can some information, can you share some?
I don't know any authenticity of that. I'll inquire into it.
Women's Day is coming up. Any message for women?
Stay strong. Be yourself.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out the time and giving us the interview.
Thank you so much for having me.